So you just brief them in terms of curriculum, in terms of the field exposure, in terms of certification, what kind of things, if you see here, it is already given that
Please take your seats.
that sustainability or ESG demand, water use, climate resilience priorities, or the compliances and EI environmental impact assessment experiences, green campus net zero, or industry green projects. These are the basic things that around that you can talk about. Okay. And then finally, we are expecting that curriculum recommendations, what kind of the curriculums we have, and what kind of their inputs are, which we can mention it, that this we are offering, and this is the recommendations which has come, right? And then skill and software priority, they can suggest that what kind of you already have, but if they have certain ideas that what kind of green construction or kind of things, or EIA related things, or ETP or effluent treatment plant, WTP and all these things. So those things, software availability and all these things we can discuss about it. And a specific industry collaboration opportunity, what are the areas where environmental perspective that a kind of opportunities are there. So that those things are supposed to be discussed, and student employability reports, that how we can make the students, because right now our environmental strength is less. People are unfortunately very unaware that how important opportunities are waiting for this area. So that particular thing we have to talk about it, and then follow-up action, what you feel about it. So these are the things that you discuss, and then who is writing the PowerPoint presentations for you? So that is the only thing we have to do. So we have around 45 minutes to consolidate the idea, and then we will go back to our group for the presentation. So I think this is clear. Thank you.
Okay, shall we start?
Please, ma'am.
Yeah. The self want to present. Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Dr. Sri Devi, working as an assistant professor in MIT Civil Engineering Department. Now it is a School of Civil and Chemical Engineering. First, I'll brief you about the curriculum. Under Environmental Engineering stream, what we have two core subjects, which is taught in third semester and the fourth semester. We have one lab also for the BTech students, and we have program electives and also open elective. Open elective means the students from other branch can opt for these subjects. Not from our branch, other branch students can opt for these subjects. So that is what we have. First two core subjects, third semester we teach water supply engineering, where it is more about design of water treatment plants and also estimation of water demand, population forecasting, and also we discuss about pipe appurtenances that are given for the water supply network system. So that is what in summary we are teaching in water supply engineering, that is taught in third semester. So fourth semester will be teaching wastewater treatment, wastewater management, where it is more about designing wastewater treatment facility, and also designing sewers and all other sewer appurtenances that are provided. So that is what it is in summary we are teaching. So then we have environmental engineering lab, where we are teaching about teaching on water and wastewater analysis. What are the analysis characterization of water and wastewater can be done. So that is what we are, that is experiments that are conducted in environmental engineering lab. So we do have a program electives which are industrial, like industrial waste treatment, air pollution and control, environmental impact assessment, environmental management also, and fecal sludge and septage management. So these are the program electives which are offered for the BTech civil engineering students. And open elective, as I mentioned, it is offered in 7th semester, where the students from other branch will opt for this. So not from our department, or student from our branch, civil engineering. So that is air and noise pollution and environmental management. So these are the subjects we are offering. And we do go for a site visit, maybe 1 or 2 related to environmental engineering field, especially with the treatment plants. Visit to treatment plant, wastewater or water treatment plant. So nearby water and wastewater treatment plant, what we try to cover. So this is what the curriculum.
So what is expected from us, ma'am? I mean, how many are students?
What?
I mean,
I'm an industry person.
Sir, you can introduce yourself.
So, I'm Dr. Vishnu Sharma. So I'm a co-founder of Apavani Environmental Solutions, an environmental consulting firm based out of Mangalore. I was a student, I was a faculty here earlier. So in 2021 I left from the department and I started my own. So we are working in the field of complex effluent treatment, mainly wastewater treatment solutions. So that is what I think about it.
Myself Naresh Kumar. I am from Ramco Industries Limited. And my background is actually mechanical engineering, but I get into that field of civil engineering, interior execution side. Also, I am currently working in that manufacturing industry, pioneering green dry construction product manufacturing, how to apply in the application engineering, and what is the important role on that environmental engineering in the fact of product wise and sustainable. As a curriculum, we heard about the sustainable and the adoption and implementation of sustainable also in that curriculum is very important. And environmental engineering is nothing but is a social responsible. Not only for only environmental engineering people who are studying in that subject, but it will be responsible for each and everyone. But additional we have a it's a pioneering and one more additional responsibility for who are civil engineers or structural or environmental engineers. Or these are the responsibility, additional responsibility how that handle that building construction and material, selections of the material, sustainable material, and how to reuse the material and recycle and reuse material in that building industries. So it's a small presentation about us. So we used to the sustainable construction, how the sustainable construction, so building better, building lighter. So nowadays the heavy structural designs will be heavy harmful in the environmental. So debris over the period, will the demolition in the building, that handling the debris itself, debris waste itself will be very challenging in the industries. So how to handle it? So we try to incorporate in that building structure. So in that rapid construction technology and that green dry construction, because this will be product will be completely inorganic material that we manufacturing in the process. This type of cellulose pulp or alternate materials like bamboo and other green material, which is natural resources material, without impacting any natural resources, and where to manufacturing and how to apply in that all the codes for the building codes, especially the wind load and longevity of that building and durability of that product, how it will, and how to come that green energy like acoustic pollution, how to eliminate the acoustic pollutions, and the selection of materials of entire system in that envelope in the building. So of course the dry construction is that keyword where that lot of materials is a sustainable material, and all about heard of GHG. So there will be scope 1, scope 2 is very related to that factory premises. So how to manufacturing the material till that deliver into that construction industries. So that will be a GHG set mean, and that energy efficient. So Panchabhutas, everybody know aware on that Panchabhutas, and without Panchabhutas nothing can be built or construct. And we are also responsible not only in architecture firm, so we are also responsible from the design into delivery part. So where how to design and that direction and that natural ventilation, natural air passage, and all that natural condition we have to design in the building and deliver to the product, as well as it will be a recycle and reuse that material, how it will be handled. And this will be water responsive. I am not much expertise in the water responsive, but however that water treatment plant is that how to reuse the water and in the terms of usages, and low waste materials like low VOC materials, volatile organic compound materials, what is that impact on that environmental. So these are that very part of the sustainable construction in the building industries. Next slide. So of course, as I mentioned for what is that lower carbon footprint. Okay, this materials has been using with recycled also and low carbon footprint, and it's especially of course it's a green light construction. It's a green product we can say, because we can have that certain creditability, and we can lead when we are to apply for the green certification. This all that the credit points will get when using for that these products, and longevity and durable. So every concern is that how much is the building life, and when using this product, because we have the conventional method, bricks and mortar will be durable. It's a 50 plus years. So in that decades ago, so now slowly is adapting in the green light construction technology in that industries, especially in India, because very few in that India, but nobody will start to accept it fully, especially residential part. Now we are into that sectors called the industries and some commercial areas. We are already pioneering, and they are starting to replacing for that conventional method materials. But it's an alternative, and slowly we will get into that in the residential also. So better living system is that water management and how to handle the waste management and stormwater management is especially for EPD concept, and how without impact on the pollution in the environment, how to handle those systems will be when designing that entire buildings. Yeah. So adding another technology especially is that one is that insulation for how to thermal insulation, adding on the walls, how to reduce that consumption of that energy in that buildings, and how to improve that automation in that building structures, and renewable energy. For all it will be circulated in the renewable energy. It will without impact any natural resources, so it can be regain and resource of that entire building structure. So add on that sustainability, so low operating cost when come to that manufacturing industries, very challenging, and not expert on that end users, but reduce that emissions. That pollution is that called very highly impact on that industries or that atmospheric. So how to resources conservation in that water management, and better indoor air quality, and how to handle that waste management. So the criteria for the sustainable buildings in that elements. So these are the benchmark of that building material product. So these are the certification body who will be giving that entire building structure on each and every product in that buildings when using during the construction, and they will be auditing when how to get this material and where to manufacturing, and what are the creditability on that green criteria on this product, and till end user they are giving that authenticate like awarding kind of things, the different category of awarding in that building structure when you adapt this kind of building material or this kind of like certification bodies. Yeah, that's it, man. So any questions or about that application engineering or environmental? So feel free to ask.
Sir, any suggestions for our curriculum revisions?
So curriculum
What
revision,
can be, like I have mentioned, right, so these are the subjects we have. Any improvement we can do for the curriculum?
so inclusion in the audits, because everything, yeah, environmental audit is a very, very essential.
If you don't mind, I'll note down.
Yeah, please.
So, for example, as ma'am mentioned, now we have one dedicated subject, environment management,
Yeah.
for BTech environment, and there is one subject for BTech environment management. So, I think we'll include these solutions. For example, the environmental audit, different methods, and even as you mentioned, nature-based solutions for sustainable construction. Then the use of energy efficient techniques, life cycle assessment, and other techniques we need to.
Actually, that you can tie up that the green body certification bodies like IGBC, Indian Lead Building Council, is lead certification will be there, and USGBC also will be there. USGBC is a very good platform for the learning, is especially for sustainable products, environmental related. So we also part of the member of the USGBC, because they are given a lot of academic as well as that practical case studies. So where can we easily analyze and get into that your present curriculum and academic subject into the it will be very useful on this particular this subject.
Okay. Lead certification and BREEAM, can you brief about that? sir?
No, I am not much into that green.
Okay, okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, for making a sustainable building, we should use efficient materials over the standard ones. But the benefits of using efficient materials is low operating costs, conservation, and less waste. But why is the still standard ones are being used now? What's the main problem from shifting from one to the other?
As for a material selection, as a consultant, if you want a selection of material, one is that cost factor. But durability, nobody will be bothered about durability, because China also give you that same product, and if you get that US also give you the same product. The quality difference will be much variance in between the two products, but both will be compliant as per the requirement.
Okay. And sir, do you think that there is also lack of knowledge, because these are practically new materials, the efficient materials, low VOCs and etc. So they are just new in the market. So do you think that maybe because of lack of knowledge, we are not using those over the standard ones?
No, not like that. As a manufacturer, we are try to briefing about not only in a product wise, what that the product I'm using in that particular application. We also try to what are that key properties, especially sustainable, because sustainable is that the future, because all of that carbon footprint, emissions, all of the under controlling, and there will be a certain limitation also be there where the manufacturing industries. Okay, so definitely the people people are coming out into the industries. So you should know aware on this product, what type of materials is that low VOC material is available in the construction industries. So selection of the material is important.
Sir, what is your target audience like? You mentioned in audits and all. Audits will definitely be conducted by larger corporations who are capably correct with that logic. Everyone is doing, even the MSAVs have been brought in. And Arun Prabha sir also mentioned that from the governmental side, if that becomes a norm, then it will be brought into a play where all the players can be easily made to make it into a conducive, smooth process. From a manufacturer perspective, what is the target audience through which you are trying to, because his question is just that, how do you get to that market reach and then make it into a sustainable future?
That's what it Skill India development.
For example, we have our 2070 targets, Atmanirbhar Viksit Bharat. What is the timeline for you?
So not like that, because day by day there will be a different material,
Okay.
new material introduced into the market for as per the demand, as per the unavailability of the material for the traditional material. So by the awareness of the industries, we are trying to push through that universities elective subject as
Okay.
a green dry construction technology. What are the alternate materials available in that industries
Yes.
rather than that your regular consuming items. So there will be option A, B, C, D. So we can choose that selection of material when we using on the applying in that.
As a manufacturer, it's all made in Bharat only?
Yes.
100%.
Make in India, yeah.
So sometime we are also allowed to have a field visit?
That's also credential point.
Because that is a
to-
possibility in a curriculum from the industry connect we could do.
Of course.
Sir, your suggestion on
Ma'am, see, my name is Arvinda, and I am right now part of Tosta. It's one of the IT alumni incorporated company. We are into RCC 3D printing, but prior to that, I was part of Tata Consulting Engineers. Just to answer your question, all the environmental aspect what you mentioned, it is broadly known as public health engineering domain, where water supply, wastewater, solid waste management, all these infrastructure elements are well addressed. Mostly in India, predominant of these services are handled by government departments, and when it comes to township, we call something as net zero discharge in townships, something similar to that. So most of the building projects, in order to get the clear NOC, they have to follow these kind of norms. And when it comes to public health engineering, probably you can adopt Sewer CAD into your curriculum, Water CAD into your curriculum. Yeah. We have noticed that people are not having these kind of hands-on experience or other knowledge about the softwares available. Probably if people want to pursue Sewer CAD or Water CAD and e-connect. Yeah, water gems. Yeah. Probably that helps because what you have noticed in my tenure with the Tata Consulting Engineering that people are aware about AutoCAD, but that is they are not qualified or equipped to develop the model for water networks, sewerage networks. So person having the knowledge about water gems or sewer CAD, they are actually valued more. Probably can introduce that as a curriculum. And when it comes to solid waste management system, it's a different subject altogether. So I mean, any student just want to pursue a career on that. For them, recycling of materials, energy to waste to energy. These are the hot topics probably where high demand is there.
Any insight on, sir, for example, now there are many job opportunities and higher studies. There are many research projects funded on application of AI, ML, and deep learning in environmental aspect.
Yeah.
So any insight from
See, in environmental, usually master degree is preferred. Because you will not be able to acquire all the knowledge related to domain expert within undergraduate period. So if anybody is very keen to pursue public health engineering, master degree is definitely needed. Because otherwise your knowledge base may not be sufficient enough to address large scale DPRs in the country. So because after your curriculum, probably the project that what you will be dealing with that NRCD project you might have heard, National Ganga River
Yes.
Rehabilitation Project,
Yeah.
then city level water supply addressing things, leak detection projects, then water supply management for entire major cities, sewerage system management for entire cities. For these kind of things, it's a domain expert related projects. Master degree is definitely preferred here, and that too top-notch institution curriculum will be very much valued, either tier 1, tier 2 institutions. And make sure that all the software tools which are predominantly used, that knowledge has to be acquired one or the other. You cannot have an interdependency on a person who to operate on these software tools. You should be able to, you should be hands-on with these.
Sir,
What I feel adding to the points that the delegates have told, include more of digital simulation softwares, because they can cut short so many practical issues that may come when we work in the field. So, and we have to make students to prepare for diagnosis of low efficient any treatment systems for that matter, any water, wastewater, solid waste, air pollution, whatever domain it is, more of a simulation oriented and rather than trial and error in the field, so that we have a basic 1, 2, 3 go-aways. And then what I strongly believe is that we have to have some hands-on curriculum, so that at least in one semester maybe 10 hours of lecture on site, we may have to take them to any treatment facility for that matter. In case if I am speaking wastewater, let us take to any treatment plants. So you will find at least 3 to 4 faults. So let the student understand and identify what might be going wrong in that. No treatment plant works with 100% compliance in one go. It requires a lot of revisions. So if it is working 100% fine, well and good, we can go to another plant where we find mistakes, because that is one way students can learn rigorously. So try to identify faults in a working system that triggers their analytical reasoning ability as well. So diagnosis is what we have to mainly focus rather than teaching orthodox concepts. Fundamentals will definitely remain same, but finding a problem in the site will make them think more. So that is where we can work. And ESG, of course, ESG reporting with big 4 companies which do. So that I think we can bring it to the curriculum where students can do ESG reporting of civil engineering department, ESG of this KEF building, ESG reporting of our canteen or food court, how much carbon that campus emits. So whether we are net negative, net positive, those things can be addressed. So localized reports will always make the students be prepared for the entire campus. And along with that, we have a facility of recycling, plastic recycling equipment. So let us bring that kind of a laboratory, which we already have, into the curriculum. And they have to, we have to ensure that every students undergo every process of our equipment handling. When we make them exposed to extrusion equipment, they will understand the basics of plastic recycling, because that may start a thought within them that I can pursue this as my career. So when we expose them to the flavors of these kind of opportunities, because environmental engineering is kind of an ocean, it is highly untouched. Everything you take up is a different vertical as a whole. So we have to make sure that every candidate gets exposed to every problem that is around us. So he may take up it as his career opportunity. So that's what I wanted to mention.
One more thing I have listened to. See, right now water is becoming one of the most attracted equation. This year also we have witnessed a very less monsoon probably. So desalination is going to be the most requirement probably at institutional level. We can start teaching how a desalination tank works, probably what type of design ideations are available. Right now only Tamil Nadu is very effective in terms of operating desalination plants. But going forward, the requirement will be there in Mumbai region, Gujarat region as well, and wherever we are connected to the coastal belt, water supply will become essentially economical through desalination plants only.
We have one very big desalination in MRP. Yeah,
It's for industrial
yes,
use.
yes. So the students can be taken to those kind of, because it is a central government, we can get a permission through the institution. That they'll allow at least a group of members, maybe not possible for 40, 50. So those who are taken environment as their elective, for them we can make exposed to that.
And the city level, tertiary treatment plants are becoming happening things, because we are not allowed to just discharge the wastewater. So it has to be treated to such an extent that they are even selling treated water to industrial purpose, because there is a norm that potable water cannot be used for industrial requirements. So tertiary treatment plant requirements also raising up. People can work on this concept.
And ma'am, MTech minors, MTech honors credit could be offered to attendance. That is one thing that a move could be made into.
Sir actually expresses thoughts on sustainable construction. So we are very happy to inform you that we have procured one of the software, Gabi software, LCA for Export, which is very common in use. And some of our alumni are working in WSP. They are using one-click LCA and other SIMA Pro, other tools. So is there any other technique that we can introduce with our students? Because ESG reporting and sustainability reporting is one of the hot incoming area where many job opportunities will be there. So any suggestions in this area?
Software tools or
Software tools related to sustainability, carbon accounting, natural resources accounting.
so these days, sir, the conventional way of following software tools that is being updated by Google Apps Script. Yes. So, for example, you refer any township, they actually collect the data in whatever fashion it is using AI. App Script can be developed, It can
The
be
app script
customized.
has a limit of 6 minutes to run.
Not necessarily, see, because it's all depending upon how you are actually collecting the data.
Yes.
More data you have, better the app script will be. So, but app script can be customized only with the person who is having the knowledge what type of information should be available in dashboard. See, where this information will be used. For example, just assume a society having 1,000 household units. What they are very keen to bring down their operational cost, to bring down their maintenance cost. So if they are able to recycle what is the solid waste being generated, how many of the solid waste can be reused as a manure, what is the wastewater being generated per person, so how much quantity can be reused for gardening purpose or some of the other car wash or flushing purpose, that data probably is missing today. So if these data can be well produced with the tools or whatever we have, then probably it will bring down your overall cost for people to sustain in that particular country. So this will definitely add value from the system.
So, I had a question. You said that one project that was Ganga River Cleaning and
Yeah.
Rejuvenation project.
Uh-huh.
So, that has been going on for a while. It started in June 2014 and it got delayed, and the project and the budget was increased from 20,000 crore to up to 40,000 crore. And since then till now, I believe it's still under process. What do you think would be the main reasons?
See, you understand how a project works in India. Any government, straight away they cannot award the project to a contractor because there is a procurement process involved. How do they reach the procurement stage? They initially prepare DPR, detailed project report. They hire consultancy companies like Tata Consulting Engineers, Atkins or WSP. They understand entire Ganga length, stretch by stretch, prepare multiple DPRs, and they go get into the root cause level, what is actually causing the pollution and how exactly they can mitigate at the cost level, then what type of mitigation action has to be taken so that it becomes a permanent solution. Because government, whatever penny they are spending, they are either through this taxpayers' money or through fundings. ADB funds will be there, World Bank fund will be there, JICA fund will be there. So these money, whatever the fund is being utilized, that has to be, they have to showcase proper accountability for that. After DPR stage, then they get into construction stage. So this requires its own cycle. And probably these type of projects are considered, within the tenure of 10 to 15 years. So right now, what I understand, I was involved in the DPR preparation from TCE side. Probably 60 to 80% of the DPRs are well done, well addressed, and the implementation level 30 to 40% they have already achieved. So it's a continuous process altogether.
So, but if this is how it works, then but the government or the when they initially planned the project, they planned it to be for around 5 years or something, but they
Amit
still
sir.
expanded it.
Yes.
They didn't. Did they not account that before while planning? Because if it had to get to stretch like for 10 to 12 years and still be incomplete, didn't they account that while planning for it to be in 5 years? Or is it something like maybe it could be issue of the engineers, lack of engineers, lack of skilled engineers, lack of public health engineers, or something like that?
In a way, you are right, because these are all massive projects, and there are very limited companies. Those are in PHE side. They follow QCPC or some eligibility criteria in order to be onboard the companies. So probably, perhaps more number of companies, more number of service providers, more number of contractors available. They will complete the work within the time period. Probably right now, current market is
Competition is less.
not having enough number of companies who can actually do justice to such projects. So probably that is the area where you youngsters can kind of add value.
It was mentioned, be a job creator or an employment creator. Make your own startups, go at it, problem solve. You already got that DPRs are to be done, how they are going to be looked into, how auditing is done, what they are going to teach you at a master's level, and then you can implement it instantly.
Today,
Capital
to
is readily
make
available.
Your, understanding clear.
Yes.
All these informations are available online, and whatever DPR been published, certified, you can actually get an access to that, and you can put RTIs even if you want to have financial data on that. Find out where the problem challenge points are there, and probably if you guys are having the right solution, just to attest one aspect of it.
World Bank data is open sourced.
Yes.
You can start from there also if you want.
And as sir mentioned, there are
Several
few
open source
additional
possibilities.
social, political, and religious aspect. We won't go in detail, but you might have seen many documentaries and videos, and it is very difficult to make sure that those incidents won't occur. Okay, I hope you are understanding. Okay, including many events. So Those aspects are one of the major cause. Otherwise, Ganga water is one of the purest water globally, right?
So one more question
Please.
I have about the surge of AI data centers in India. Like so, usually right now we have the data centers in the West, but because of the legal systems, they are pushing towards the more developing countries like as ours. So there's a massive surge in the construction of the data centers, and that also eats up a lot of water supply, like millions of liters. So that is causing a crisis over the local water supply. That too in a country which is already short of water. So about that, what
See,
solution?
Let's
for
see.
that potable water is not needed. See, this is where the difference is happening.
Yes.
Out of requirement, in India we have a strong norm, probably he will agree with me. Potable water should not be used for any industrial purpose. That is the norm what we are about. So all the industries, we are given a mandate that they have to use recycled water for these purposes. But whether it is strictly practiced, it's a question mark again. And probably people like you, if you can create sources for recycled waters which are available within the budget, whatever companies can. For example, if Google is maintaining a data center at Hyderabad,
Amravati.
Amaravati, wherever possible, if you can arrange a source of water through other
Amrit Sarovar, they are moving into that.
Right. So
Increasing.
that solves their problem. Right now, source is not available. What they will do, right? So for any other purpose, any industrial purpose, wherever we can avoid using potable water, that is a solution. We can definitely go for all other sources available. Recycling is the best thing. What people can do.
Today morning, sir has already given few inputs on student employability for civil engineering graduate. Once again, just sir, please brief.
See, that's what I am actually, regarding employability part, probably these informations are mostly available. And if you can approach all of us on one-to-one basis, we can give you list of the companies where you can actually enhance your connectivity through LinkedIn. Probably you may not be aware about those companies, but however, through approaching some certain contacts, you get it. But all that I really want to focus you guys in that. See, tier 1 institutions in India and global level universities, they don't really depend upon jobs. These days, if you have a wonderful idea, business model associated with that idea, you can incorporate your company. A couple of students with a like-minded can actually get a company incubated out of your incubation center. Then have a business model, approach some of the venture capitalists. They will fund. If they can really see business potential in your idea, for getting funding is not at all a challenge. And from there, you'll have to make sure that you'll pick certain projects from government sector, because public health sector, it's majorly a tender-based business what is happening in India. So you can pick up some of the projects, increase your company valuation, and that itself will help you to grow in terms of whatever the career path you're looking at. And of course, otherwise, if you want to really understand other employment equations, then we can name a couple of companies where your institution can approach. Tata Consulting Engineers, ACOM, WSP, Atkins. There are many companies, those who recruit freshers.
I have a question regarding that, the water supply data centers. I think it is a thing that we use fresh water or potable water for data centers. You have to use it. And as you said, Amravati, I live in Hyderabad, so I know about that, what's happening. And so, related to the environmental thinking, who gives the permission to the government to take the water? Because if we have to build a company regarding it or whatever, so we have to know the permission that they give for using such water when there's already shortage. So how can we tackle that? How do we challenge that?
See, Amravati, I am not aware, but in Bangalore there is a body called BWSSB, Bangalore Water Supply and Wastewater Management Company. So every state, every city will be having water authorities. So they are having the primary responsibility of classifying this water distribution, setting the norms, and these are all not like permanently set norms. Depending on the circumstances, they are flexible. They have to make sure that water requirement is well addressed for various purposes. So probably you can start approaching these water authorities, understand what are the current SOPs, what they are following, practicing. From there you can start identifying the challenges and interests.
One thing was mentioned that you have to be at the field to work, also at the digital realms and also at the field to have that logic. Right now at the undergraduate level you might have that, you will pick it up.
We have 5 minutes, so just we'll take feedback from
As I mentioned, for that consumption of the water in that natural resource river, of course, without water, none of that manufacturing this won't work across. So there will be limitation of the water consumption when we, the day wise, there were some calculations. There allotted, government body has allotted, so you can consume so much water, groundwater or river water, the natural resource thing. But apart of that, some of the companies is overruled and some of the companies will do the recycle and they have STP, ETP plant, they have shown some, so we are using for that recycled water and we are consuming of that natural water from the ground as well as that river, it will be consuming reuse. But of course, as an industry, I can say, but not at all possible. Yes, because of that, there will be a huge tragedy in that water crisis also, in that particular bed. But if it is God given that water, so okay. But about other some manufacturing industry won't run without water.
See, all PhD people should have one motto. Water is actually free in India. Nobody is charging for water. This is actually for the treatment, for transporting water from one place to another place. They are collecting the revenue. Otherwise, water will be equivalent to our petrol or any other fuel what we are consuming. So all engineers, youngsters should focus on maintaining this motto. Otherwise, they will come where we will start spending money for consuming the water.
So this is, they have briefed it mostly. Always I believe that hands-on experience will make them ready for employability. Otherwise, mostly they will be learning too much of theory in the initial period. As we see in the morning sessions, a lot of deliberations happens in terms of attitude. It mainly happens because they don't have hands-on experience. When they come to the field, they get frustrated because they have not seen any setbacks so far. So when they see one small setback, they feel like it is not my cup of tea. So let us try to bring most of the hands-on thing in our curriculum, if possible, stage by stage. Involve them in the real case diagnostics, troubleshooting and recommendations. Let them do some recommendations and try on their own for betterment of our own systems. We have a lot of decentralized systems within our campus. We have big treatment plants. We can make some small treatment plants also. We can keep some fund from the department if possible, like 2 lakh rupees or 5 lakh rupees or 10 lakh rupees to build prototypes. And those prototypes can be given to the students where they can do from the beginning till the end, from the designing till the conceptualization, designing, and then commissioning also. So that prepares them for real projects.
So adding to the whatever we had the communications, as a student, first you should be able to absorb the live experience what you can have.
Madam, I'll read.
Just wait.
No, just fine.
Okay, we have to wrap it up. We have to be there in the auditorium. 4 o'clock presentation.
Sharp 4.
As a student, you should be able to get the maximum whatever you can, especially from the people from the industry. That's what is expected. I request the curriculum team to add with one important thing for a student to go online. That is called as a portal called as Parivesh. It's a Government of India portal. Any infrastructure that should be landing on the crust of the earth, probably Vishnu will be knowing much about it. I think we also will be able to know much about it. If you want, there should be a project report to be prepared or a DPR to be prepared for a government. So what the DPR is all about the soil or the land what you are talking about, is the water that what you are discussing about, and the air, purity of the air that we are going to live it for the next generation. Probably if you go any project in the Parivesh portal, you will get n number of experience which will make you a bright career, whatever we have spoken about. How many of you know about the tertiary water that can be converted for a potable water? So these are the live things what we should know. How many of you are following the Government of India's gadgets, when every day a new amendment is done as the environment policies have been defined? I represent the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. I'm a board member for the state government of Karnataka to implement all these projects. So on the live experience what we have, it is a wonderful career what you can take it further unless you update yourself. You can't go with the same conventional method what Vishnu has said. No, it is not. You should be update every now and then, whatever the Gazette report gives the latest amendment. Yesterday I have received more than 4 new amendments that has happened in the solid waste, in the municipal waste, in the treatment plants and on the air pollutions. But academics are not updated. So you should be in such thrive that I should be able to update every moment what is, because ultimately we follow the policy, rules and regulations, and all the industries will agree that without rules and regulations we can't do anything. And whatever is done, but with the next stage of time it will be bulldozer will come and demolish your building, or the government will take its lead. And you see today Bangalore, if you want to park an car outside, you should pay 15,000 or 20,000. So these are some of things we should be able to update ourselves in the curriculum, where we will be able to work on the government portals, the government amendments, and as rightly said by all my industry faculties. So thank you so much for being here and updating our students with the amendments or whatever the new things that we can bring. I think someone spoke about the software also. That's most important, because AI is one of the big tools what we are dealing with. And AI may not give you the result, but the mind and thought what you have can be expressed in a number of ways, and ultimately you are the person to decide whether the thought that can be generated by AI can be implemented or not. So that would be one of the wonderful industry academic conclave and the expert of the environmental panel as such. I thank all the industry experts who have joined here and given the wonderful guidance to update our curriculum, and also we request you to be a part of this curriculum in the next sessions also. Whenever we are in need of, we'll be able to connect. So thank you once again for being with us. I thank all my faculty members who have joined. Most of them are faculty members, senior faculty, madam is there.
The honors program, ma'am, for MTech, that can easily incorporate everything that the industry wants. At a live rate, we can update them.
Sure. We will take it further. Thanks all my students who have joined here. Thank you everyone for joining this conclave. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.